Hey, y'all, and welcome to... Why are you laughing at my intro? Hey, y'all, and welcome to another episode of the Wednesday podcast where we make a big deal out of the small victories in our life. Positivity is such a powerful tool to create a healthier life physically, emotionally, and most importantly, spiritually. That is why every Wednesday morning you can expect to hear me, Matt, and my beautiful wife and co-host Heather talk about the wins we had last week. So we're going to go ahead and jump in to those wins that we've had. And like always, we will start with Miss Heather, and she will let us know how she's been doing.
I have several things to say. So I think the biggest win of all time, and our air just kicked on.
Excuse our air in the background. Sorry.
Well, biggest win for any parent that will understand this is we have had a very busy 2 weeks, and we drove to Oklahoma. And from here, that is like, what, 11, 13 hours? What is it?
It was 13 hours, but it took us 14 or 15, which is actually not terrible.
Oh.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, for real.
Well,
I think it took us 14 the way out there.
Oh, well,
That
anyway.
wasn't even last week, though, was it?
I don't know anymore.
When was the last episode we did?
Last week. But driving there and driving home
Wow.
was all within a week. So,
Goodness, we've been gone.
we've been gone a lot. So we drove, and it was a long drive, and with two small children who were awesome.
Yeah, they
I'm
did
giving a huge shout out to our kids because they are champs. They're becoming awesome road warriors.
good. Yeah.
And I'm just really impressed by them. I mean, for a large portion of that trip, they didn't touch an iPad, and then they just chilled.
Yeah.
And usually a 30-minute drive to Hoover is like a nightmare, but you stick them in a car for 13 hours and they're like, yeah, let's go.
Well, and what was cool was that they, what was it? They, we left. When did we leave Oklahoma? We left at like 12 because I lost my wallet. And so we looked for an hour for my wallet, and we couldn't find my wallet.
Let's talk about all that. So we left the girls' scooters.
Yeah, we left the girls' scooters. My wallet is in a field somewhere because I cowboyed one day, and the wallet has disappeared. The girls' scooters are not there, are not with us anymore. They're in Alabama, I think. Are they?
I don't know. I haven't even asked if they brought them back for us.
So the girls' scooters may have not have made it. And my Yeti cup that I drink my coffee out of is not here as well.
And this is why you do not procrastinate on packing things up.
That was a wild weekend.
Yes, it was a very busy weekend.
So that was 2 weekends ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then this past weekend, we had an awesome weekend.
We left at 12, and we got back at what? We got back into Alabama at our house at like 1, 2.
Oh, it
2
was
a.m.
2:30 in the morning.
But the girls, they checked out at like 9. Like Georgia went to sleep at like 9 or 10 o'clock in the car and slept for 4 hours.
Yeah.
And Josie, I think, did the same.
Josie was out the whole time.
Yeah, we got to drive. I'm not usually a middle of the night driver. Haven't done it in a long time since my Road Warrior days when I used to hunt all over the place. I'm moving that to put my phone right there.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was really cool.
Would you rather drive in the afternoon through the night or wake up at 3 a.m. and drive through the day?
I would rather. Oh, do you want to you answer first or me answer
I would
first?
rather do 3 a.m.
Yeah, 3 a.m. 3 a.m. 3 a.m. 3 a.m.
You get up at 3 and you leave.
And get there. Yeah. Going there, I would like to get there during the day. Coming home, I really don't care.
It was hard. I'd rather do the
I mean,
other
it was
way.
going to be hard either way.
I am not a night
But
person.
I'm glad we didn't do
so-
that because we did not sleep a lot while we were out there.
Yeah.
Living in Oklahoma, we got used to you have supper at 9 o'clock at night and you don't go to bed till like 11 or 12 because it's light out there for forever.
Yeah.
And when you work on a ranch and farm, and you just don't eat while there's still daylight. So, yeah, we made it back safely. We had this past weekend.
Ministry League experience.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was so much fun.
We went there Friday and Saturday to the Piedmont Road Church of Christ, who was hosting this Ministry League experience. Super awesome. Got to meet a bunch of people, got to see a bunch of people we already knew, and just got to be around other Christians. That's kind of my win.
Yeah.
Saw really cool office of a preacher friend of mine. That was cool. He had a really cool office. It was cool. It was a very comfortable office. But getting to see people, getting to meet people, getting to talk about podcasting and digital things and ministry was really cool. Getting to make new contacts with people, that was fun. So the Ministry League experience was cool. Very awesome. Really enjoyed that. Atlanta, though, I'm good.
We weren't even in Atlanta.
Pretty much.
We were like outside of Atlanta.
Well, if we were outside Atlanta, I couldn't imagine what the inside of Atlanta
It's
is
a
like.
nightmare. That's why we don't
It was
go.
a nightmare enough. That was a 5-hour drive. It was supposed to only take 3 hours, but
But the drive home only got bad because we hit traffic like in Hoover.
yeah,
We made it so far.
yeah. So lots of miles being put on our car right now, but that's okay. It's fun miles. We haven't done road trips in a really long time. Really long time.
Well, January.
We
I
haven't
think.
we haven't done a hardcore road trip though. Like
Yeah.
when we lived in Denver and South Dakota and Oklahoma, we made some trips.
Yeah, they were rough.
But yeah, what do you have any other wins? Your roses are bloomed out.
My roses are all bloomed out, and I was sitting there counting my Princess Charmaine. I can't remember anymore. Charlene. She's got like 37 blooms getting ready to open up. So that's going to be awesome. And then today I made massive cookies that I don't need.
Oh no, these are like
They're huge.
they're like a whoopie pie cookie is what I keep thinking. They're not a whoopie pie at all. A whoopie pie at all. What is it? Isn't a whoopie pie the two?
Yes.
Is that a whoopie pie?
Yeah.
The two cookies with
icing
the
in the
icing in
center?
them. It's not that at all.
No.
They're just. It looks like a hamburger bun, but chocolate chip cookie. That's how big it is.
They're huge.
They're huge and dense, and they're very good. And
They're like the size of crumble cookies, maybe fatter.
hamburger bun that are chocolate chip cookies. That's about the size of them. They
And
weigh
I
about
made-
a pound each.
I decided, I was like, oh, I don't know how big these are really going to be, so I'm going to double the
take
batch.
them to church tomorrow night and let the kids have them.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We don't need any more.
No. And but I've decided, I was like, I'm going to double the batch. And it made 16 of them things. And I've got these 16 massive cookies. And I'm like, I don't know why I did that. And Josie helped me, and she had a blast. And she painted herself with flour.
Yeah.
And we cleaned it all up, so it's all right. But it was fun.
We've had some intense ministry stuff lately. Not only did we got back, the family seminar was awesome. We didn't really, I guess, touch on all that. It was great. Carson, who was on the last episode, got him a turkey Monday
Yeah.
morning, which is really cool. And yeah, we ended up not filming all the podcasts that we wanted to because it was a very packed weekend of stuff. But we made it back, and we made it to and from Atlanta from the Ministry League experience. Again, by the way, if you haven't downloaded the app, download the app, Ministry League. Awesome app. Download it. And lots of stuff on there. Lots of cool podcasts on there.
Yeah. So we have another thing we need to talk about. We need to tell people about our supposed hike.
Where?
We were supposed to go show Georgia the Cimarron River. And what happened?
Oh, no. Okay. This is some weird stuff that Heather has put. She hexed our journey. So
I didn't hex it.
Heather and I went and reminisced on the places we used to drive around and hang out and go deer hunting all the time and turkey hunting all the time. And so we went to the Cimarron River. Well, there's a road that goes to the Cimarron River, and out of one of these fields, places that I used to manage and all this. And so we went down there and we parked to where it was only going to be like a 300-yard walk.
And what did I say?
I didn't want to keep driving because it's sand.
It was not
And I
sand.
was driving a big dually 1-ton truck. And I was like, I'm going to be careful.
It was very solid ground.
It's sand. It's sandy ground. And so we were walking, and Heather's like, we're going to see a snake. We're going to see. I was like, I literally have never seen a snake on this road. Ever. Never seen one. And you wouldn't expect it because it's wide open country. There's some shrubs and grass, but it's really just open, sandy, like riverbank country. So we're walking, and Josie was like, I'm tired. And so I carried her. Thankfully, I carried her because we're walking, and all of a sudden, from like my peripheral, I can see black and yellow. And I'm like, that does not match this scenery. Everything is tan and yellow. Not even yellow. Tan and brown. And so I was like, oh no. So I looked down, and there is a very black and yellow shiny snake right next to me. And so I freak out and start running forward, and I'm yelling at Heather, back up. And I'm just yelling at her to back up. And she's like, what? And I'm like, back up. And she was like, what?
While I'm still walking forward.
Yes. Let me explain. We have trust issues, I think, in our marriage. And I've asked her a bunch of times, if I would have told you there was a snake, you would have done a little jig dance and freaked out and been running around in circles. So I tried to just tell her the direction she needed to go. She didn't want to listen to me. And so then she looked down and finally was like, oh no, there's a snake.
I was still walking forward because I'm like, why is he running? He was running with Josie. And it was the funniest thing because Georgia is just like in total confusion behind me going, what is going on? And she's following me slightly.
Yeah.
And more with caution. And I'm walking, and I look down, and like a foot away from my foot, I see it. And I jumped and started running. And Georgia is still like, what? What do I do? And I'm like, run! And obviously this snake is not moving.
It was a lot more intense than what she wasn't like, oh no, run. It was like
I jumped like
screaming,
6 feet in the air.
yelling, and then she's getting mad at me because she knew there was going to be a snake on that road. And then
I'm making this list of things that have happened in our marriage that should be talked about in premarital counseling or like in any marriage seminar. Phase 1. We at every marriage seminar if we ever get asked to do one, we're going to request they put together a playground with a tube slide. 2. Put them in dangerous situations with non-venomous snakes and see how they react. Our marriage seminar would be intense. People would never come back.
Yeah, it was. Well, then we were driving out, and I mean, we were pretty much done for the day now because everyone's like, snakes. and like everybody's adrenaline was up really high for a
It
second.
was hot. It was hot outside.
So we found out it was a what was it? A king snake.
A speckled
king snake. It was
and
really
apparently
cool.
they're really rare to see. You
Yeah.
never see them. So
Especially in that part of the country. So it was cool to see that one. It wasn't a venomous snake or anything. It was actually a good snake, which if you can call any snake a good snake, that was the snake to be a good snake.
and it looked just as freaked out to see us as we were to see it.
Yeah. But we made it. And then we were driving down the road, and then there was like a coach whip snake, which those are freaky snakes. Those and black racers. And what's the one that gets into your house?
What?
The one that is the black.
Like a rat snake?
No, it's the black one with the yellow streaks down.
Oh, you mean garter snakes?
Yes. Oh, remember there's lots of. We had the garter snake in South Dakota at our house.
Trying
Remember
to
that
get
one?
to our bird's nest.
Yeah. It was trying to eat the birds. And
Georgia was driving around in her little Jeep.
yeah, it no longer is with us.
She
But
called it the happy snake.
yeah, because we tried to, I don't like snakes, period, but we killed the snake. Another garter snake story. I was at Buddy's barn, and this is when I was ranching and farming. And he has this brand new big barn. Never keeps the door closed to this big brand new barn when I was working there. We had a bathroom in there, and I had to go use the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
And he had whatever vanity and everything. Well, I'm using the bathroom, and I think I was just going number one. Doesn't matter. It's not pertinent to this story. But
Yes, it is. If I was sitting on the potty
I was
and a
not.
snake
I was
showed
just-
its face, I would be like, nope.
I was just going number one because I was just tinkling in the potty, and I looked down, and this garter snake is popping its head out from underneath the vanity.
Nope.
And I was like, not ever using this bathroom ever again. And this is why we keep our door shut. So, yeah, snakes, not good. I've had a coach whip go underneath the truck of my truck one time when I was getting out. And it was like, whoosh, and nobody saw
I saw
what I
a
just did.
reel that James Spann shared of a car driving down the road with a rat snake hanging down by the
Nope.
tire. It had gotten up in the fender
Nope.
wall or something, and it kept dangling down and trying to get out or get back up or something. And I was like, oh, if that were ever me, I would freak out.
I was having a weird daydream when I was driving home earlier today, and I was like, what if I just hit a snake and it got whipped up into my window and it bit me? Because I
No.
don't have air conditioning in my truck, so I just roll my windows down
No.
and drive
Don't
around.
go spinning out on top of one.
Yeah, don't do that. But snakes. So we made it. We're alive. We didn't get bit by the king snake.
So, marriage counseling 101. If your husband tells you to back up,
Just back up.
just do it. Don't question it as you continue to walk forward. It's not smart.
Trust. We call that trust. Trust your spouse.
I should have wondered why you were running. It should have dawned on
I
me.
jumped and I don't think I screamed, but Josie was just like, what is going on? Because I'm still carrying her at this moment.
Josie's face is so funny.
Oh my. But yeah, we made it back. We went on a hike today though. Oh, beautiful hike in the town near where we live, West Blockton, Alabama, they just had this massive renovation reclamation project done to an old coal mine area or old strip mine, pit mine, whatever it was. They just had this massive reclamation project done, and it is awesome.
It's amazing.
So we went and did a small hike and just kind of looked at everything. It's really cool.
It's like being in Colorado all over again.
Oh yeah, it's you look like you're in a different part of the world. So that was cool and that was fun. And then the girls got to go play in the Cahaba River for a little bit, and Georgia caught a couple of tadpoles.
Were they minnows or tadpoles?
They were tadpoles.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was going to say, wow, she's really good if she's catching minnows.
Yeah, they were little tadpoles. But she did good.
Yeah.
So got to do that. Came home, ate, watched a episode of The Chosen, which Georgia and Josie, Georgia especially, is like super into it. She was like, "Ooh, let me know where that is in the Bible." And so we would explain to her, like, here's where this is kind of just them making a story, but here's where the actual account is of stuff that's in there.
But seeing her face when you're like actually reading it,
Yeah. And she's
compared
realizing
to
it. Yeah.
the show, her face lights up of, wow,
Yeah. It was
this
cool.
is amazing.
And she schooled me tonight on some theology because we were watching, what was that? Season 3, episode 5. And it was the part 2 of something, but it was talking about Jairus, and we're getting biblical, but that's good. We were talking about, it was the Jairus' daughter being healed, and he goes in and he's talking to the people and says, "No, she's just asleep." And I paused it and I was like, oh, maybe he's saying that, because that also talks about it in the Mark chapter 5 account, where he goes in and tells these wailers and everything, "Oh, she's just asleep." And I was thinking to myself, because they really push this in the show, kind of, where it's like, well, maybe he's just telling them that so that the crowd wouldn't get massive, because now he's causing people to come back to life. And Georgia goes, "That would be a lie." And I was like, you are a genius. Good job. So really smart 7-year-old. She schooled me in theology tonight because Jesus obviously didn't lie. But yeah, so we got to watch that. She was pumped. She loved it. I think Josie liked it too. She
Yeah.
just likes to hang out. So that's a fun Bible time thing to do. Watch The Chosen with them and then explain, like, here's where you find this in the Bible. Here's where they really made up some stuff and did some storytelling stuff here. So that's fun.
Yep.
I have a question. So I was sitting on a tractor today. It's hay season here in Alabama. And I help people make some haylage, which is green hay, pretty much wrapped in a plastic wrap. So besides that, I was thinking today, and I think we're going to make this a poll. What is your ideal sandwich?
Ideal sandwich?
Yeah. If you're, okay, ideal sandwich at home. Like, if you're going to make you a sandwich at home, what is your go-to sandwich?
Oh.
You have the ingredients of whatever sandwich that you want in the fridge. What are you making?
I don't know.
See, this is unfair because I have to. She doesn't give me any of these questions beforehand, but I make stuff up as we go. So I think I threw her off guard.
Yeah,
All right,
you did.
my ideal sandwich. So I was thinking, like, today. So I made myself lunch today. I had 2 PB&Js and white bread or butter bread, whatever that is. 2 PB&Js and some chips. And I was thinking to myself, I wonder, like, what is your go-to sandwich? Like, are you thinking like PB&J would be something you would go for? Ham and cheese?
Oh, I don't do ham. Unless it's like Christmas
not?
ham.
Tell everybody why you don't do ham.
I don't do sandwich meat ham because it's fatty and gross. And it's got like these hard spots in it, and then these like other miscolored
What ham
spots.
are you buying?
You know, just like sandwich
Will
meat
you do
ham.
bologna?
Back in the day I would, but probably not anymore. I don't know. But
Too good for bologna.
no, I'm not. But I like turkey. I like the rotisserie seasoned chicken sliced
Yeah.
sandwich meat. Probably that with bacon, avocado, tomatoes, and some sort of sauce, and lettuce.
So you okay? Maybe this is a better question.
That's an
'Cause I wanna
ideal
figure out-
sandwich.
So, chicken, bacon, tomato. What's your sauce?
I don't know.
Mayonnaise?
Sure.
Dude, that avocado ranch from Chick-fil-A is legit.
I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, I've literally put it on every meal lately.
That's me with sriracha.
We had taco salad last night. I had it as my dressing, I guess. We literally had taco salad. There was no chip
Yeah.
or shell. It was just salad with taco meat and cheese and black olives and stuff. And so I used avocado ranch. It was delicious. And then tonight we had egg roll in a bowl. Is that right?
Yeah.
That sounded way too weird. Egg roll in a bowl. And I used it in that too. I don't know.
Was it good?
No, not really. But I just like the taste of that ranch. I mean, the stuff I like. It was all good.
I don't like that recipe I used. It
There
was
a
too
little
much
bit of-
ginger.
There was something funky in there.
When I measured it out, I was like, that seems like a whole
Something
lot of that.
tasted not
It
musty.
was ginger. Too much of it.
Yeah, I don't like
Too
that.
much of it.
That was weird.
It was not good.
Remember those egg rolls we used to eat from living? The egg rolls we used to get from the Thai restaurants in Huron.
Stop.
Man, those were good. I haven't had one of those since living in Huron.
They were amazing.
And then our friend from school made the exact same kind. They were like
Yes.
super. They weren't big. They were like little.
They're like
extra-
spring rolls.
Spring rolls, but extra crispy, and they had an egg roll filling. It wasn't anything weird.
It was like, yeah.
And
But
then they
the
had
ones,
special dip.
the ones in South Dakota had like those clear rice noodles in them.
Oh, they were delicious.
And the sauce, the like sweet chili,
Yeah.
spicy
Oh,
sauce they had
yes.
with them
It was
was
awesome.
like the best.
On point. We would like eat a lot of those.
Yeah. And then one time I was craving them and they were like, we're out. And I was like, you're not allowed to be out.
There were some. Oh, and then, yeah. And then some other girl just made them. Like one of our friends in South Dakota just
Yes.
made them when we bought like 2 big packs of them. That was a bad idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was, avocado. So my ideal sandwich, if I was to just like make one, would be, I haven't had this in a long time. Have you ever had roast beef? We don't
I
ever
saw
buy roast
a
beef.
recipe for French dips with
Oh, yeah.
roast beef. Looked pretty good.
We used to buy roast beef. There was the country store supermarket thing. It was not a supermarket. I don't know why I just said that. A grocery store, little town grocery store. But they had like a legit butcher in there, and he would have he would have a lot of good deli meats, and he would have roast beef, and it was legit. And it was Hutch's back in the day, and it was awesome. But we would eat that like it was going out of style. I like turkey. I like ham. I'm probably going to go with I want a toasted sandwich. Are you a toasted bun? Toasted bread?
Yeah.
Toast-
Medium.
Oh, I'm going to go sourdough bread. What was that bread? You made some good bread not long ago. It wasn't
Oatmeal.
Oatmeal is good bread. I want sourdough though. I like the sour taste.
I haven't figured that out yet.
But
That's a lot of work
I like sourdough.
for me.
I don't care. You can buy it at the store. Sourdough toasted with, I think I'm going to go with mayonnaise. And then we're just going to go turkey, cheese, lettuce if we have it, and mustard. And bacon if you've just cooked us some. Pretty simple. Or chicken or ham. I don't care. All of the above. Yeah, I like sandwiches. Sandwiches are easy.
No,
Yeah.
my ideal sandwich though.
Don't say a tomato sandwich.
No, but
Anybody
that does
out there
sound
eat
really
that's
good.
I have a
They're
thing.
so
I can't eat tomatoes or cucumbers. Don't know why. I can eat everything, all the byproducts of tomatoes. I can eat it. All the byproducts of cucumbers, except for the actual cucumber, I can eat. Pickles down, crush them.
Wickles.
Wickles, I'll eat them. Relish,
love
I'll
Wickles.
eat it. Ketchup, stewed tomatoes. I'll eat stewed tomatoes. I mean, stewed tomatoes are like big. I just can't do tomatoes. It makes me want to throw up right now.
So
I'm thinking
funny.
about it. But yeah, I don't know. I just can't do it. What else you got for me? You haven't even said anything.
Okay, so
There was something I was thinking about today too, or the other day. No idea. I should have wrote it down.
yeah.
I was on the tractor though.
Okay, so I want us to compare mom thought process versus dad thought process.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay, me.
What's
I
the
am
scenario?
going. Okay, cleaning house.
Okay.
I'm going to start on the bedroom. Kids. Hey, Mom, can you get me more turkey or strawberries? My kids don't say, Josie doesn't say strawberries. She says strawbellies. So, can you get me more strawbellies? Me, thinking to myself, well, I could let her do it herself and establish some independence, or do it for her and avoid another mess to have to clean up. I'll go with that route. And then no independence is established because I don't want to mess. So what is a dad thought process when trying to clean house and kids want you to wait on them as a daddy butler?
Is Josie working at this point? Probably not. So, no, I am not making her strawberries. She is going to get work done. And when we're done with the said thing that we're cleaning, then we'll get some strawberries. And then we'll throw some whipped cream on top.
Let me explain what happened today. So I gave them an order. I was like, y'all have to clean up this playroom. And Georgia was like, can I get the iPad for a little bit if I do that? And I was like, yeah, you can play your little Barbie game for 30 minutes if you clean up the playroom. She hopped on it. She got most of it done and came out there and was like, Josie hasn't done anything. And I was like, I know. Josie is over here, Miss Queen, sitting on the couch with her giant blanket and just watching Paw Patrol, living her best little life. And I was like, Josie, go clean the playroom. And she goes, Gigi can do it. And she goes, can you get me more strawberries?
Oh my goodness.
And I'm just looking at her and I'm like, no, I'm obviously busy right now. And like, I'm sitting there holding a basket of laundry, talking to her. And I was like, do I look like I'm going to get you strawberries right now? And then, and then when Georgia got her 30 minutes of game time, Josie cried for a solid hour, I think.
I can't imagine why she would do that. Josie never cries.
And she followed me around the house, just wailing about it, like just in full on crocodile tears. And she's like, it's not fair. And I was like, oh, yes, it is. And I was like, I gave you.
Did you also see how that little kid ate one of those whoopie pie monster cookie things? She just stuck her face into the top of it and just started eating the chocolate chips out. Like, just started like, just, I don't know how to explain this visually to a non-visual whatever we're doing here. She just put her face straight on it and just was like, you know how people eat the pie eating contests? Like, that's what she was doing to this poor little cookie thing. She's like a little rabbit.
She put a dent in the top of it. She's funny.
We could call her that. But okay, so what is this one sounds? Is it because I'm so loud? Like, is this mic like?
It sounds good now.
Okay. Okay. Question: would you rather be a ninja or a pirate, and why?
Pirate.
Why?
Because they go all over the place. Ninjas are just ninjas.
Okay, you're on a boat in the open ocean with storms?
Never mind.
Okay. I know her too well. Would you rather be able to control the weather or talk to animals?
I don't know if I want to talk to animals. That seems kind of weird. I've seen Dr. Dolittle.
Would you rather be Elsa or Snow White?
Snow White.
Really?
I don't like the cold.
Wait. Okay, Elsa in the sense that she controls all the weather.
Elsa.
But if you're an ice queen, do you get cold?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I mean, she didn't look like she was wearing a parka in her little ice castle.
No,
so
that's true. Very true.
Would you still be a hunter if you could talk to animals?
No, probably not.
Animals. Are you tired? She's waving back and forth. Do you have any other wins or anything for this week?
I had something.
What?
And I forgot it.
Oh, no.
Already, but I was thinking about it. Oh, have you ever just been like driving or like something and just had like the most random thought about something you learn about in probably 4th grade, but lost all sense
I literally
of it?
have no memory.
So I was just sitting there today and I had this thought of how wild it is that clouds produce rain and the amounts of it.
There's a lot of rain in this part of the world.
Like when it's a torrential downpour, I'm just sitting here wondering, I get this whole evaporation and all that, but then how is there so much rain when it's like that? When it's like literally hard to see through, it's so thick of rain. Like, how do clouds hold that?
This is a very intense question, and I'm going to give you my answer. I don't know. I'm humble enough to tell you I do not know that. I can make an analogy, though. Think of a sponge. And when it soaks up all that water, you wouldn't think it'd hold that much, but it does. I don't know.
Somebody really smart is going to get on here and be like, oh man, she's so dumb.
No, no one's going to say you're dumb. That was a good question.
I mean, I haven't been in school in a hot minute. And when I was in college, I took like anatomy and like the biologies of bodies, not clouds.
Oh, last question. Would you rather be incredibly rich but never fall in love, or be happily married, have a happy married life, but to be poor? Happy married life, but be poor. Rich or no fall in love?
Well,
Make words.
the second one.
You would rather be happily married and be poor. Okay, cool.
Because what is life if you're alone?
What
It's
is
boring.
life? You don't have to be alone. Just alone. Marriedly. Not a word. Okay, it's really... I got used to doing the midday podcasts.
Yeah.
This was episode 12. And yeah, we are excited. We're trying to try and be... we were asked the other day when we were doing... me and Heather, for some reason, we were asked to talk about podcasting since we've just been doing this for now 12 episodes. And someone asked us a question. How do you plan for like weeks? Because we were talking about being consistent, like having an episode every week. Make sure every week people can count on that episode coming out. And somebody said, do y'all have like episodes in the bank in case like something comes up? And we were like, oh, no, that's probably a good idea.
Hey, if we're sick, we'll just be over here. We're going to sound weird and probably sound out of it, but we'll be here.
Oh, okay. Well, it's time for bed. So we got a big day tomorrow. Going to the park after we drop Georgia off at our last day of co-op for the year. So wins next week. I can already tell you what they are. No more co-op. But, okay. This was episode 12 of the Wednesday podcast. Thank you all for listening. And it is going to be bedtime for us. And we better hurry because there may be little kids coming out. Do you have anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Well, we will talk to y'all next week. See ya. Bye.